church, Kilcolumb Church, 1735.
And that was the year the church was converted to Protestant use.
That's right. Now, and that is, look, they're steps for getting in.
They were built that time.
Yeah, they were built, must be a long time ago too.
Told us it was,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
Where the
Kennedy of Waterford, to the memory of Elizabeth, his wife, here lies the body of Elizabeth Kennedy, alias Elward, it was below alias Elward, alias Phelan, you see that? Who departed this life 28th of January 1784. We don't see 1784, it's down further, you see. And then you see, and then there's verses, and that's down below the ground. Wait, did I pull up that way? Wait, no,
I'm not.
wait, no, here, wait.
Sliding.
Yeah, it's just sliding, yeah. We can nail the bit of wave beyond that, it's on the top of it.
So Pierce Kennedy and his wife, our great grandfather would be buried here.
Oh yeah.
How many people would have been buried in the
Oh, God.
lot?
I'd say thousands, I say, over the years. Well, that's coming out well, isn't it?
Didn't it?
Yeah.
And Elsie, we give a little thing. You see the cloud burst on the top now, the top of it, around where the IHS is now.
Here.
Yeah, the way the stone is. Let me show you, look.
I have it.
There's like, you see, it's like the sun, you see. Isn't it? You see the cloud. Well, Kathleen, I'll read the inscription on the stone, of course, is this stone is erected by Michael Kennedy of Waterford to the memory of Elizabeth, his wife. And then here lies the body of Elizabeth Kennedy, alias Elward, alias Phelan, who departed this life 28th of January 1794. Do thou her soul from sins deliver, who art the only pardon giver. May she rest in peace, amen. Now that is a very old stone actually, and you see on the upper part of the stone there where the sun, the radiation of the sun, and the sun's rays, and inside you see the heart, and the sun of course is the giver of life, and I suppose there it symbolises the giver of eternal life.
Oh.
And I'm sure that, let's hope anyway, that when we do depart from this place, no matter how uncomfortable that we may be in, we still would like to know that there's somewhere to go to, isn't that right?
That's right, yeah.
So, but as this graveyard, of course, and this old house here, this old ruins of Kilcolumb Church here, and Kilcolumb, of course, is the church of St. Columkill, and St. Columkill, of course, was one of the early Irish Celtic saints. He ended up on Iona. He had a row with his friend St. Finian of Clonard over a copying of a manuscript which St. Finian got in Rome in Latin, one of the Gospels, and he copied it without his permission, and so there was a big battle fought over it, and went to the High King of Ireland, and he it was illegal, and so he said, to every cow its calf, and to every book its page, and so every book its copy rather, and so Columkill had to leave. But there was a big dedication to Columkill, the cult of Columkill, and of course this church here was dedicated to his memory, and of course this church would be dated from about, I'd say, about the 9th century, say about this now would mass and would have been said here from about say the beginning of the 800s, of the year 800.
800?
Yes, which is over almost 1200 years ago now, 1100 years, 1200 years nearly, and the ruins, of course, are still here now in a very bad way, as you can see. I know it has been renovated on numerous occasions in the past, otherwise it wouldn't have stood all those years and would stood the storms and the tribulations of time. Now, the Catholic service was performed here until, I would say, the end of the say the early years of the 18th century, the early years of the 18th century, say up to about, I could safely say, maybe up to about 1700 or thereabouts.
No.
Because Glenmore, the little church at Glenmore in Hanrahan's Field was established about 1710.
Oh.
So therefore Kilcolumb would be probably in use until quite near that time. And then there was Kilively, of course, and Ballygoram and Kilquan and Kilbride. There was that number of churches in the parish, but all the churches wouldn't be in use at the one time. Otherwise, no, there wouldn't be sufficiently a priest to go around anyway. And usually, what happened was when these churches were built originally, they were built on the farms of wealthy people, of landlords, who also, in addition to being well off in this world, they also had an eye to their being well off in the next.
So that's why they contributed.
Yes, that's why they built churches as well.
Yeah.
This is the
They were trying to buy their way.
exactly. Now another near here now, just outside the fence here, is the stone of St. Columkill, which is a very, very ancient stone. And if we were to see it,
Procedure, yeah.
now, where was it, Tom? Oh, the other side there.
Up to there.
Yeah.
And they said,
I've seen John Carman do it. John Carman from Colstown.
well, they said they had to do it, I don't know.
I've seen him do it.
What's the name of the stone?
Well, no, only
Columkill stone.
they said that was the holy waterfront.
Yes. Well, I suppose it probably could have been.
Probably could
And the
have.
fathers and they further out, they said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have taken the Kilkenny, I have.
Yeah.
But they sent it up there.
Well, of course,
Johnny, up here.
as Tom Welch said, I would say that was originally a holy water font. You see, a triple font, and the hole was a draining hole that was there rather than for putting our tongue. But in over the past couple of hundred years, the cult has arisen or arose that people who used to be suffering from headaches and used to come here, and if they could get their knees in and their head in at the same time, they felt that they were cured by saying a few prayers to St. Columkill.
Yeah.
So that was really the tradition of the thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm delighted that the stone has survived for so long,
Oh, yeah.
despite the coming into being of the bulldozer, which has
Oh,
done
yeah.
away with so much of our national heritage.
Yeah.
And
How old is the stone?
Hmm?
How old is the stone?
Oh, I'd say that's a very ancient one. I'd say that's associated with the church here since the very beginning. I'd say from the 9th century, when the church was established,
Yeah.
I would think. Certainly from early days anyway. As you can see there, it's a rude, very rude construction, and certainly of a very early period.